Hey, what is going on, guys? Root of the Null here, come back at you with some more batch tutorials. Here we are again in our Windows environment desktop. So I'm going to hit the Windows key and R to bring up the Run dialog box and type in CMD to bring down my command prompt. Alright, let's get going. Now, today we're going to be taking a look at a little bit of echo, because we looked at the @ symbol in the last video, and that allowed us to stop or sort of suppress the output of the command that we're actually running from within a script. So echo kind of helps out with that too. And that's exactly what we're going to be looking at. We're going to look at help echo, because we want to know a little bit more about this command and see how it can help us out. Alright, so the summary, or at least what it'll do, is it'll display messages or turn command echoing on or off. Take a look at this. Remember when we ran echo with no parameters or any arguments, and it would just tell us echo was on? Now this is because echo is on by default. It's going to be displaying all the commands that we run. But if we turned echo off, we can toggle it here with a little on or off right there. We can echo off. And what this will do is it'll stop the display of our prompt, so I don't have the C user as John Hammond anymore, but I can still type in the commands as usual. It's not really displaying anything though. And okay. That's really all we need to see here. We can do dir, and see it'll display everything else, but let's turn echo back on. So now that you guys have an example, or you can see how that works, remember we can also use the echo with a tag of a question mark. You can type echo without parameters to display the current echo setting, just like we saw earlier, and we can of course echo with a message or a variable or some text or anything else. But we do have the option to turn command echoing on or off. Now this is what we're going to be using with a script. So let's go ahead and create a new script. I think I actually still have my one from the last video called, let's see, we were in John Hammond and it was script. So we can delete everything in here and we can use echo off. And then we can display some normal things like vol or version. And maybe we can just go ahead and get a new line here and just say, hey, you're running the script. Okay, now we've got a good script here. It's gonna first it's gonna turn all the command output off. It's gonna run all these commands, and that's really all we have to see here. Let's take a look at it and see how it'll go. Script. Actually, we'll make sure it's in our file system first, and here it is, script.bat. Now we can run script, and it says echo off. Volume and drive C has no label. Version is not recognized an internal command. My bad. I probably should change that to VER. That's my own fault. Sorry, guys. And it'll display a new line, and then, hey, you're running the script. So let's take a look at this one more time, though. See, it's displaying echo off, but hey, we didn't want it to do that. But it's still going to display it because echo is not off prior. Huh. So how can we fix this? You guys see what I'm getting at here? You see what I'm getting at? We can use that @ symbol and stop the output of this current line, and then turn echo off for everything else. So everything else after this @ symbol, or at least this line, doesn't have to have another @ symbol right in front of it, just like we did in the last video, because we've already turned echo off, and we're not going to display that right there. So if we run our script one more time, first I'll clear the screen so everything's a little bit cleaner. If we run script, volume and drive C has no label, Microsoft Windows and the version, and then hey, you're running the script. And then it throws you right back at the prompt, but we don't get to see any of the commands that we're running other than script right up here at the top, which is the script that we actually ran. So what if we cleared the screen and then we echoed a couple new lines and made things a little bit better? What if we did that? What if we did that? Boom. Now it's all clean. We don't even get to see the script that we're running. And it's nice. We've got some white space. It's a little bit cleaner, and it gives us all our output, and it throws us right back at the prompt here. Cool. That looks good to you guys, right? It looks good to me. This is the way most of your scripts will look, because normally you aren't going to want the user to be able to see everything you're doing. In all honesty, I think it's very ugly when you get to see everything right before it executes. So when you're displaying these, when you turn echo off and you hide that with the @ symbol, you really, I think you're going to find it a lot better and a little bit more pleasant to use. I guess it is a little bit more of a personal thing, but almost everyone you see writing in batch will have this at the top of their line, at the top of their program anyway, because we don't really need to see all the crap that's going on in the back. So, thank you guys for watching, though. I hope you enjoyed this video. This will definitely make things a little bit cleaner for most of your batch scripts, and I hope to see you guys in the next tutorial. Goodbye.